Hi guys, what is going on? Good morning. Welcome to this new YouTube video. In today's video, we will be doing once again a Bitcoin and Ethereum update. I think that is always a good way to start off our week to see which scenarios could potentially be playing out in the upcoming week. And I think we are up for a very important week. We do get a week with CPI data release, which also always causes big moves. And that is exactly what we are waiting for Bitcoin and also for Ethereum. Because if we look at the current price chart for Bitcoin, we can see that we have been trading in the most choppy range that Bitcoin has been in this year for almost a month now. It has been extremely choppy. Every single move down got bought up and spiked back up again. And the same exact thing happened for every single move that went up, got sell off again, and we went down again. Extremely choppy price action. So I'm still waiting for the breakout to occur. And I do think as soon as we do get a proper breakout out of this choppy range, the price action will fully return to normal and that there will be beautiful swings in this market again. So what are we right now seeing on the higher time frame for Bitcoin? Well, a lot of people are looking at this. A lot of people are looking at a potential descending triangle for the Bitcoin price, in which we have the lower high trend line right over there, and we have the lows over here. Potentially descending triangle. Let's take a look at the volume over here. We can see that if we take a look at this volume, if I switch it off like this, that volume is looking absolutely horrible for this triangle, okay? So we can see that if we look at the volume has to be descending while forming the triangle. We can see that the volume has actually been ascending while forming the triangle, which is a very bad sign, and which is a sign that we are probably going to see a fake out first before we were going to see the real move. So what could be a potential scenario just looking at this triangle? Well, we can see that every single retail trader is looking at this lower high trend line over here. We know that the volume is not looking good, so that we might see a fake out first. So a potential scenario that we could be looking at is a breakout, or I should say fake out of this triangle, in which a lot of people will get extremely bullish. Instead, we break out of the triangle, but we enter the daily fair value gap over here, fill some of the imbalances that we are seeing over here. Everyone is getting extremely bullish, especially the retail traders, and those are the people that we want to see become bullish. Instead of pushing up more, we get the fake out, nuke towards the lows, break these lows, where a lot of people will get extremely bearish, especially the retail traders. That is where we are looking to become bullish again. We accumulate some long positions over here. People are getting stopped out of these swing long positions they entered once we saw the breakout over here. We liquidate a lot of people. A lot of people will get extremely bearish, and the bigger players will have time to fill their bigger orders below those previous lows, because since there's a lot of liquidity there. So fake out towards the upside, fake out towards the downside, reclaim this support area over here, and then see a rally towards the upside. This is, in my opinion, the scenario where the most amount of people would get wrecked. And we definitely know that market makers want to see as much people as possible being wrecked, okay? So that is definitely a scenario that I'm taking into account for the upcoming week. Yes, it might take a little longer, but this is definitely my preferred scenario right now for Bitcoin. Okay, this descending triangle is not something that I'm looking to trade right now. If we're going to take a look at the fixed range volume profile of the current range, we can see that Bitcoin is still having a hard time to really reclaim that point of control over here around $20,000. Okay, so that is definitely a massive area of resistance. We can see that we have the value area low over here, which is constantly providing beautiful support for Bitcoin. Okay, But this right here around 19 to 18.9k is definitely an area of support where we also have this daily level of support over here, as we can see. Okay, these are important levels to keep an eye on for Bitcoin. So what I still would like to see is to take out these highs over here, this buy side liquidity, and also these relative equal highs over there. A lot of liquidity towards the upside, guys. We all know market makers always love to push the price towards liquidity before wrecking a lot of people. Right now, the most amount of stops are above these highs, so I'm still expecting final push towards the upside, which is in beautiful confluence with a descending triangle that we just talked about. Then get that nuke towards the downside, and then we can see a potential rally towards the upside. Okay, so that is right now the scenario for Bitcoin. Then I'm still looking at, nothing has changed, but only the descending triangle that everyone is right now talking about is giving us some extra confluence, which is beautiful, of course. If we then move over to Ethereum, and we go to the 4-hourly time frame, we can see that also Ethereum has been trading in an extremely choppy range for a while. Okay, we can see that also Ethereum is having a lower high trend line, and we might even connect our higher lows with a higher low trend line. And we can see that Ethereum is potentially forming some kind of a symmetrical triangle. If we take a look at the volume, we can see the volume on this triangle is definitely looking much better compared to the descending triangle of Bitcoin. You can see volume is probably descending. We do have some higher spikes over here compared to this one, but overall I do believe that this volume is descending, which is a sign of a valid symmetrical triangle right here for Ethereum. Okay, so that is definitely a potential play that we could be looking at. We still need one more test of the higher low trend line, because then we will see 3 tests of the higher low trend line and also 3 taps on the lower high trend line. And that is definitely something we need in order to see a breakout towards the upside. Okay, so I'm still waiting for potential test of this higher low trend line over here before getting another test of this lower high trend line. If we then look at Ethereum on the monthly time frame, we can see that Ethereum is right now trading around the monthly open, but it is trading below the monthly open. I would like to see a reclaim of that monthly open in confluence with a reclaim of the weekly open in order to become short-term bullish on Ethereum. Okay, also for Ethereum, if we zoom out a little, actually should go on the 4-hourly time frame, we can see buy side liquidity still has not been taken yet, and above the buy side liquidity we do have some beautiful unfilled imbalances for Ethereum. Okay, so for Ethereum we are looking potentially at the same exact play as for Bitcoin, to take out those highs, fill a part of the imbalances, then nuke it towards the downside before starting a potential rally towards the upside. Also for Ethereum, this would definitely be the max pain scenario. It would definitely be the scenario that I would be looking to trade. Okay, so definitely an interesting scenario on Ethereum. If we go to the daily time frame on Ethereum, we can see above this high we do not have only those unfilled imbalances, but we also are looking at a beautiful daily order block. We also have a big daily order block over here, but that one is still quite far away, and this daily order block is in perfect confluence with taking out this buy side liquidity and tapping into the imbalances that we just talked about. As we can see right over here, these imbalances are in beautiful confluence with this daily order block of resistance. So very strong resistance on Ethereum. We might even check if we also have some Fibonacci retracement areas. So let's do it like this. Yes, so also the 0.382 Fibonacci retracement level is in perfect confluence with the daily order block and in perfect confluence with the unfilled imbalance over here. So this scenario on Ethereum is getting a lot of confluences, guys. And this could definitely be a scenario that could be playing out on Ethereum. Okay, this area of resistance is definitely a very strong area of resistance that we have to look at for a potential rejection. Okay, maybe we can also see if we get some EMA confluence. Also the 200 EMA and the 200 moving average are in very nice confluence with this area of resistance for Ethereum. So this is definitely an area where we should be looking for a short position. Okay, beautiful confluences. Still want to take out this buy side liquidity over here before we start looking for lower levels. If we do nuke from here for Bitcoin and Ethereum, I am still not worried. I'm still holding my swing short position on Bitcoin with my stop loss at break even and already some profits taken. Yes, my short orders for Ethereum did not get filled, unfortunately, because I'm still waiting to take out that buy side liquidity. Okay, so first I want to see some more upside, liquidate some early shorters, and then I want to see big move towards the downside before getting a rally towards the upside. I also want to take a quick look at the CME chart, which is the chart that a lot of professional traders use. You can also see that on this chart, price action is developing a little bit smoother compared to the normal Bitcoin chart. And we can see that we are forming a potential rising wedge pattern over here. And we are also forming a potential falling wedge. What is the nice confluence of this rising wedge inside of that falling wedge? Well, we all know that if we get the breakout out of this trend line, people will get extremely bullish. Instead, we break out, but we find resistance of this very important higher high trend line over here at this rising wedge. So instead of breaking out and continuing our way towards the upside, we find massive resistance at the trend line over here. People get extremely bullish, but instead we reject, go down, have seen a fake out of this falling wedge. We go down, potentially test this lower low trend line again, because we have only seen 2 taps on this lower low trend line. So it still needs one more tap on this lower low trend line in order to become a valid trend line. So in that case, we should go towards the $16,000 area, which is still possible for Bitcoin. We tap it, go up again. Then we have the trend line over here. Then we get a proper breakout out of this trend line and we get that relief rally towards the upside. Okay, so this is actually offering very nice confluence for our scenario that we are looking at on both Bitcoin and Ethereum. The CME chart is definitely supporting that view, guys. Okay, so we are looking at some beautiful scenarios for both Bitcoin and Ethereum. I think they definitely could be playing out. If we do nuke from this area, which is also possible, stay calm, wait for the lows to break, wait for accumulation signs to show, and definitely start looking for long positions. Okay, right over here, thank you for 1,500 followers on my Twitter. Also make sure to follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, join the Telegram group, since I am giving daily updates on those social media pages. Okay, so then you would stay up to date if you do nuke from here. When is a potential bottom in on Bitcoin? Okay, guys, thank you for watching. Have a good week. Have a good trading week. Make some money. And I will see you guys on Wednesday's video. Ciao.